Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today, I Bankrock being joined once again by Jake, Austin, and like always, Fluff.
Oh, what's
How's it
going
going?
on, y'all?
How's it going?
What's up, people?
And today's matchup is Jake versus Austin. Jake is bringing back his Soul Striker, I think Tapion, but I might be missing an also tech choice there, versus Austin's Cooler. Keep miners buttons down below if you feel to cook up to death for a reason. But guys, take it away.
So this Soul Striker build is basically just ripped off of one of my Gen Con opponents. I really liked what he had put together, and I made a few changes, added a few cards that I liked, and just kind of based on what I saw him play in our matches back then. And I figured it was the last event of the year, so I might as well try hard and try and play my best and bring one of my best decks.
And I always play cooler, so
So, even though I feel like Soul Striker is one of my best decks, I don't really have a ton of experience with it, especially in this matchup. Like, I have experience with the leader, but not this particular build. So, I'm still kind of learning as I go, despite having previous experience with Soul Striker, I feel like.
I just Soul Striker is an infuriating deck to play against.
Yeah.
It's like the entire time you're like, what card do I want to use to bait the counter so I can get my card that I want out? That's the entire. It's so frustrating to play against.
You just got, I feel like, more just focus on your energy than at that rate, right? Like, if they bounce a card back to your hand using the counter, you go, okay, cool, tap one, play. How many sensibilities do you play?
I play 3.
Okay.
That's like, I use the untap for stuff and all that, the super combo Beeruses and the I also didn't have any sideboard for this because from what I was understanding, we were gonna have like 3 to 4 hand control players there. I was like, oh well, I'm gonna, do sideboard for hand control then. I didn't know that it'd be flooded with this deck.
Which is something we haven't talked about yet, actually, in even the videos we recorded this weekend so far. Yeah, we had, like, what, 3 Soul Striker decks?
Yeah, I think 3 out of the 8 players of the event were playing Soul Striker. It was... I don't think we communicated well what everybody was bringing. But, sometimes when a deck's popular, it just clogs up the tables that way.
And I will say each one was different. Which is like
that is true.
Which is kind of like normal for Soul Striker. Like, we had Matt with the Gogeta Soul Striker, we had you with your build, and even your build was different from Steve's.
My whole thing too is like you just play what you want. Like it is like if someone is bringing Soul Striker and you want to play Soul Striker, feel free to play it. But I also reserve my right to complain how much I hate the deck. Like
I would say as a cooler player though, like Soul Striker has the tendency to draw a lot, and that should be in your favor though.
it generally is, and we'll get into that a little later. The issue is that the battle cards I play, I have to think so deeply. Like with the regular 1-drop coolers, not a big deal. Oh, you bounce it back, I'll just arrival it again. That's not a big deal. But when it comes to bigger cards that I want to be played, like say a counter, like like a Topo or an Oceanus Shenron, that really messes me up. And then the bigger arrival cooler, the one that's 3 to 5 drop, the championship 2021, whatever it was, pack, and then also in the 5 drop triple strike Frieza in this, and those getting bounced back hurt, and that's the most frustrating part. Is like I have to constantly be aware of every card he could be possibly drawing and pay attention to his drop area and what he's comboing with, because I'm just terrified of those. And with this build, I don't have my Jiren's unisons to deal with, unisons, which is what makes me want to get rid of the Brawler from Another Dimension unison.
Especially when you're going up against a unison that has a +2 to it.
Yeah. Which a lot of the blue ones do, especially in Soul Striker.
Yeah. I forgot to untap this unison at the beginning of this turn, but I think we remedy it later on. Yeah, I see
We
it.
did. I think right here, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, technically you're supposed to untap, I think, at the end of your turn as well.
I am.
But
But
it doesn't have a blocker.
Yeah,
So.
it has no utility.
Yeah.
Whether
And
it's
you can attack it at any point.
That's my favorite thing about Soul Striker. Like, a lot of people don't play the Rose Unison, and it's kind of like, oh, it doesn't really matter if I resand it or not.
Yeah, it's so funny that the Rose Unison, I think, is like it was intended as to be used with it, but there are so many better 3-drop Unisons.
Ooh, I just realized Oceania and the fact that you didn't sleep your leader yet, you don't get to resend that one energy, which isn't, I guess, too big of a problem with just one energy. And maybe you don't want to draw as much, but still at the same time, it does kind of slow you down a bit.
Yeah, and for all the for lack of a better term, belly aching about Soul Striker, a lot of my opponents did a really good job of denying leader swings and taking advantage of my small mistakes this weekend. That Oceanus Shenron play included, because I had plans to play more battle cards that turn, I think, and just simply couldn't safely engage the battle step again without milling my deck, because I started the game by draw aping, and then I've already awakened and baby +1 twice. So I've basically drawn like 8 extra cards at this point, and now he's starting to mill. So things are going to get dicey from here on out.
Yeah, that's why I love decks that draw when playing with Cooler, because just for reasons like that, because it makes your opponent think, and it makes your opponent really, really try to be like, okay, do I want to draw this extra card, or do I just want to get out of this attack and wait, kind of stuff, and try to figure ways around the milling.
And here I draw aped again, because even though I'm in a decent position in this game, I don't feel like I have the right tools to go up against his lineup and his deck. If you notice, I'm not really playing very many battle cards at all, and the ones that I am playing are very cheap, because I pretty much know that as soon as I commit a battle card to the board, it's going to die. So from here, I basically am just hoping to grind him down slowly with the leader, the Unison, and these draw apes, and hopefully build up some kind of advantage to where he'll get frustrated and play more aggressively, and then maybe I can combo out of a big attack and end the game that way.
With this whole meta that's going on right now, since aggro isn't as prominent in it now, it's made me really want to get those championship, I think 2019 coolers in this, the one where you at the end of the opponent's turn, the opponent automatically mills one, just to kind of help push it over the edge a little bit more. So that way, you have to draw one and then mill one every turn. So it's mandatory.
Yeah, that's that might have won you a couple games this weekend, if I'm remembering deck counts.
Yeah, it probably would have. Some people are pretty low and in those games, and I'm excited they're reprinting it because the reprint art looks so much better than the old art. I'm not personally a fan of the championship and the stamped backgrounds.
Some of them look pretty good. Like the Soul Striker leader, like promo background here, it looks really nice. But
It's a nice artwork. Yeah, I like artwork in the back.
Yeah, some of them look kind of gaudy, but some of them just, like, especially the winter promos, they go all out for,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this was Jake and I joked about how this game is pretty much just like you punch someone, oh thank you, you punch, thank you, punch, thank you, punch, thank you. You're just like hitting each other and taking one life and drawing. That's what it was for just so long. We were just like swinging at each other with our leaders pretty much, and then just waiting for someone else to do something.
Basically. Hoping one commits to the board before the other.
This was such a passive game. Like,
it kind of goes
it's
into
absurd
that layer of it though, because like you don't want to play battle cards.
Mm-hmm.
And
So this is actually a misplay. This Nimbus Master won't work on my turn, but I think if you watch what happens from here, you'll understand that it's just kind of a mistake. I think, unless
I don't think you're looking for it. Yeah, you're not doing it.
no, well, not yet. It's still the combo step.
Oh, is at the end of the combo? I thought it was when you
Yeah.
combo with it.
No, it's at the end. So yeah, if I remember correctly, it ends up biting me.
You're over here cheating over here, Jake.
Yeah, like every weekend. I actually didn't know that until round 3 when I went to do this and Jimmy was like, I think that's during my turn. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, it's now your opponent's turn. Yep, here it goes.
Yeah, now I'm going to go grab a skill list. Yeah.
Alright, sorry about the video. You can click off now. Alright, so... But at the same time, it is kind of like you're giving a battle card for him to potentially snipe then.
Yeah, but I'm just immediately going to go into Gohan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think this ends the game, if memory serves.
My knowledge, it doesn't. Like, if this is the round I'm thinking of, it definitely doesn't.
You guys go on for a far...
Oh,
in this round in
yeah.
particular, you guys are good. We still don't know who the winner's going to be. You guys are good. Like
Yeah.
I picked a random round from your all's matchup.
Yeah. So here I have to use the Gohan's effect before I can swing just because of that Dr. Robotnik. And, yeah. I'm going to get Wolfang, but I free baby aped it off the... What's it called?
You did the -5 on your unknown parasite.
Unison. Yeah. But it's cooler, so...
Did you not draw off the play?
I didn't bounce anything, so
It's auto
do
when
I still
you play
draw?
this. Yeah, when you play this card, you draw one.
It was when you returned. But I'm about to mill a lot, so...
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, you gave the opportunity for the cooler player to do that now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's
Yeah.
why I feel like the video is still usable, because had I not done the Nimbus Master, none of this would have happened, and now I'm milling, like, a jillion cards.
yeah, and then that's when you do that. And,
But, I feel like you just replay it, don't you? Yeah, here you go.
yeah, yeah. You're doing it. Remember, like I said, bean, and
And I
you're
was
like,
like,
wait,
I was like,
too many energy.
wait, no, stop.
And there goes the 3. Yep.
I was like, I'm getting this damn thing out.
So, baby's dead. I'm pretty sure I'm going to milligan for that. Yeah. Gohan doesn't do any damage.
Yeah.
Leader's too big. And, yeah, so sometimes cheating ends up killing you and not your opponent.
It happens.
This is the
And
different status.
I was like, can I read difference in status, please?
Yeah, you get its effect is it's an auto -5,000 with a counterattack, but then you spirit boost X, and then every time you spirit boost per tick of spirit boost, you get an extra -5. So it counts as a different instancing. So with Cooler, it's great to mill out someone to say if they like hit a card, okay, spirit boost 4 -25k, goodbye. And I like that card a lot in Cooler. It's just it didn't really shine that night. It's kind of hard to do when everyone's being so leery of the deck that you always play.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and overwhelm, set up for get rid of one of his battle cards. Okay, that works.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm just trying to like just kill that Gohan because I think it's at like 5k right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there it goes. Yeah, it just gets rid of it.
And then I'm going to mill 3 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on the backside, it's just
So,
whenever
yeah.
you neg a card, right?
Right. And this
But it's
secret
both front and
identity...
The leader does not change at all. Besides, you get 5k on the backside, And then it's whenever you attack a card, you draw one, not whenever you attack a leader card.
Yeah. And then this secret identity should be in my warp, but there's no way for me to retrieve it in this deck. So,
To be honest, I probably would have thought I just minused it out, so I didn't even notice that.
oh, wait, yeah, maybe actually. Maybe that's what I thought as well.
And then I saw this card so much that night. That card. I don't mind it because I'm -10 for free, pretty much, with coolers. But
And for
it's just a weird card.
clarification, when Jake picked up his deck just in, Austin had asked him how many cards were in his deck, and if I recall correctly, you said 7 or 8 at this point.
Yeah, I think it's 7. Maybe 8, yeah.
Yeah. That's something I learned with the Janemba Unison, that I was like, oh, you can ask someone how many cards are left in their deck.
Yeah,
that's so great. This made my day. But yeah, I'm still gonna. This was fun, and I liked. My biggest gripe with this current setup with this is I don't like the Unison setup too much. It might be sideboard, and I'm gonna mess around with it some more because Cooler is just such a fun deck for me. It's like I was telling them before we started recording. There is, besides King Piccolo, since set 9, there's not been another deck that has interested me. I played Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in some friendlies at home with my roommate, and it was great. Yeah, I love it, but nothing is as fun for me to play as Cooler. Like, even if I lose and I get frustrated, I still love this deck. It's still my favorite deck in the entire game.
I mean, you definitely know how to pilot well. Like, killed 2 30Ks in a single turn right there.
And that's kind of the issue I was coming with those Unisons, is because, usually I would have the Jirens to help be more aggressive for Unison killers, but not having the free double striker so much, and people focusing that Unison down because it's plus 20k double strike. Sorry, it's a 20k double strike for +1, and then the autos, whenever you play a card, you -10 once per turn. And then, it has the -4 actually battle where you -25 ignoring barrier. So it's just that Unison's so deadly, and it's so good with Cooler. And I think that's what this deck really needs to kind of get where I can be more aggressive. Because while I have all these arrival cards, it felt lacking, and I felt lacking punch. I felt like I was literally doing nothing besides just minusing cards, which isn't bad, but it needs a little more oomph.
If you can see now, there's, I think, 3 cards in my library. So, if I open up a battle step here, there's a chance he can just kill me by minusing my Kai out.
Yeah, this is and here at I remember there's a point coming up here where I'm just doing friendly banter, and I give Jake an idea, and I was so mad that I did. And you just gotta watch what you say sometimes, because sometimes you give your opponents ideas. But yeah, at this point, I'm looking at his deck there. I'm like, he's got 3 cards. I just gotta get him. I gotta get rid of 2 cards somehow, and then have him draw 1 to win the game.
And as a reminder, you can always do the +2, Jake, just not have to do the auto.
Right.
I think there were some points you did that.
Yeah, last turn I didn't, though. I just loaded a Unison underneath him and
Past
kept
turn.
going.
Yeah. That's what I was pointing. I was like, make sure you're aware. I know there was confusion like a while back on that, but yeah.
I was just so paranoid about the amount of cards in my deck. I didn't want there to be any way that I had to draw an extra card.
Makes sense.
And getting rid of Kai, preventing him from just hitting any form of battle card. So that way you're not risking losing anything at that point.
Yeah, it was spooky. I was hoping to attack him with it, but when I saw how many cards were left in my deck, I just realized I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know why my leader's in rest mode here. I don't think I've swung.
We were both stressed.
Yeah.
And
I will say you correct it. So here you're kind of debating on what to do, and you decide to play Tides due to Austin's kind of quote-unquote coaching.
Well,
yeah. You want to tell Jake?
Well, I don't know if I remember exactly what you said, so I think you should go ahead.
So basically what happened is he used a super combo, and it's the one where you bottom deck draw 2. So you're still just, minusing 1 on your deck. You're still taking 1 extra out. And I was like, yes, keep taking more cards out. Yes. Jake is like, and then Jake told me, he's like, I had to think of a way to put cards back in my deck. And I forgot that Android existed. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm sitting here just like so frustrated.
Well, he already warped 1 or milled 1 earlier.
Yeah, so this was my second copy.
Yeah, that card comes in so much clutch against this deck.
Yeah, and now I'm able to safely swing with my leader and draw cards and things.
And you even did the +2 and drew a card.
Yeah. Because I've put my hand back in my deck and realized I can basically just only add those cards back. And that's good.
Yep. Yeah, that card was so clutch.
Yeah, I don't know if the misplay earlier would have done much. I mean, it did put you in almost a fickle situation where you had to kind of skirt around that being milled out. But with that being put aside, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Keep minding this button down below and on the screen while Fluff does the outro. Unless he walked away and I wasn't aware of it.
Oh, no, sorry. I was on mute. I was talking and no one could hear me. But what I was saying was once again a lot of really good back and forth there, and Android 17 turning the tide, completely coming in clutch at the end. So as always, read your cards, know your plays, let us make the mistakes so that you don't have to, and Fluff out.